Fake UL certifications are the biggest scam in the e-bike industry right now. Overseas companies slap the UL logo on their websites, claim they're certified, and because nobody checks, they get away with it. They know that little logo gives people peace of mind. They know it sells bikes, and they know they can lie because the US market is still the Wild West. And when an e-bike company lies about safety, that's the kind of line that can burn your house down. When I first started digging into e-bikes, I trusted every claim a manufacturer would put on their website. Battery capacity, motor power, range numbers, safety certifications, I believed it all. But I learned the hard way that in this industry, anyone can spin up a website, slap on some logos, and say whatever they want, with no one checking, no one verifying, and almost no regulation here in the United States. That's why fake UL certifications are so dangerous. They're not just a marketing lie, they're giving riders a false sense of safety while hiding real risks inside these batteries. And while New York City and California are finally cracking down on uncertified batteries, the rest of the country is still the Wild West. So here's why you'll want to stick around. In this video, I'm breaking down what UL certification actually is, how shady companies lie about it, what websites you can go to, and what steps you can take to check if a company is really UL certified, and why this matters before you buy your next e-bike. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to look, how to verify any brand's claims, and how to avoid getting scammed by companies that gamble with your safety. Let's start with the basics. UL stands for Underwriters Laboratories, an independent safety organization that's been around for over a century, okay? But when we're talking about e-bikes, there are two UL standards that matter. The first one is the UL 2271. This one applies only to the battery pack in light electric vehicles like e-bikes, scooters, or mopeds. It makes sure that the battery design and construction can handle real-world stress safely. That means testing for overheating, short circuits, overcharging, vibration, and impact resistance, and even whether the battery can contain a fire if one cell fails. So it's a very strict safety test, but it only covers the battery, nothing else on the bike. That's why the second standard, UL 2849, is considered the gold standard. UL 2849 tests the entire e-bike electrical system, the battery, the motor, controller, charger, and all the wiring working together. If a bike is UL 2849 certified, it means the whole system has passed rigorous testing against things like electrical shock, thermal runaway, and fire hazards. Now, let me give you an example of a scammy company abusing people's trust. On their Amazon listings for their e-bikes, Tutio claims they have the UL 2272 certification. But UL 2272 is only for hoverboards and scooters, nothing to do with e-bikes. This shows the complete sketchiness of this company. They don't even understand themselves what a UL certification is. Unfortunately, Tutio isn't the only one doing this. In fact, there are countless e-bike companies pulling the same stunt. They slap a UL logo on their website, or they throw the word certified into their Amazon listings. And that's it. No proof, no listing in the UL database, just a logo designed to make you feel safe. Some companies even get more creative with a lie. They'll say, our battery cells are UL certified. Well, here's the truth. UL does not certify individual cells. They certify the battery pack as a whole under the UL 2271, or the entire system, electrical system, under the UL 2849. Saying the cells are certified is just a trick to confuse customers. Others will misuse different UL numbers, like claiming UL 2272, which, as we covered, is for hoverboards and scooters. Or they'll toss in random IEC or CE logos and hope you don't know the difference. And here's the part that should really make you mad. These lies work. Most buyers don't know how to verify certifications, so they see a UL mark and assume it's safe. That false sense of security is exactly what shady brands are counting on. This isn't just me saying it. Here's some proof. On Reddit, writers have called out brands like Hurley eBikes for false UL claims, saying 90% of the Chinese drop shippers that claim their e-bikes are UL certified are lying. And it gets worse. In New York City, UL Solutions actually sued Fly eBike for counterfeiting their mark, advertising e-bikes as UL certified when they weren't. That's not just shady marketing, that's fraud. These examples confirm it's not just Tutu, it's a widespread problem across the industry. Now that we know what UL certifications actually mean and why they matter, let's get into the most important part: how you, the consumer, can check if a company is telling the truth. Number one, check UL's official database. Go to UL Product IQ, and I'll leave a link up here, but also in the description below, okay guys? You'll need to create a free account to use it. In the search bar, type the manufacturer name, model number, or the UL file number found near the UL logo on the product. If the e-bike even has one, most of the times they don't. So if the listing shows UL 2849, which is, as you know, for the full e-bike system, or UL 2271, this is for the battery pack, then it's legit. If you can't find it, that's your red flag. It means the company is lying or misusing the UL logo. Number two, look at what they actually claim. A legit brand will clearly say, this e-bike is certified to UL 2849, or this battery pack is certified to UL 2271. A shady brand will just slap the UL logo on their site or list the wrong certification, like going back to the UL 2272, which is for hoverboards and scooters, nothing to do with e-bikes. Number three, cross-check with trusted retailers. Big names like REI, Costco, and Best Buy already require UL 2849 compliance. If a bike is sold through them, it's almost guaranteed to have proper certification. Number four, community verification. Forums like Reddit, Electric Bike Review, and Electric Bike Forums are filled with writers calling out fake UL claims. Real example, UL Solutions sued Fly eBike in New York City for advertising UL certification they didn't have. Okay, so let me give you a quick little summary, a recap. If you want to know if a product is UL certified, sticker is the real deal, Here's the truth test. Go to the UL Product IQ at this link, make a free account, type in the brand, the model, or the file number, or the UL file number. If it shows UL 2849 for the system or UL 2271 for the battery pack, it's real. If it doesn't show up, that company is lying to you. Simple as that. Now, guys, if the company lists on their website that they are UL certified, the other thing you can do is ask the company directly to give you the UL file number. Again, 90% of the DTC brands or the overseas brands are not going to have it. So if they stall, if they make something up, if they don't say anything, then you're gonna know right away it's fake. Okay, so we have called out Tutio for using UL 2272, which cannot be applied to e-bikes, and heard the profanity-laced truth on Reddit about Harley's fake claims, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real outrage? Fly eBike was hit with a lawsuit by UL for not just mislabeling, but for counterfeiting UL marks across their entire product line. And they didn't just get a warning, they settled and paid $1 million, while the NYC DOT pulled them from city programs entirely. So huge fines and huge problems, like when companies do this. Can you imagine if they sued like some of those like cheap DTC brands and sued them for like millions of dollars? It would probably put these companies out of business. And forums, writer groups, and even CBS have flagged entire markets selling fake UL stickers like consumer trust is a joke. Bottom line, this isn't just misinformation, it's fraud done by countless companies, especially the cheap drop shippers trying to rip off riders with no oversight. Now, guys, if you've been following my channel, you might have watched my expose on Tutio. So I called them out exactly for their fake UL certifications and other things too, like their poor quality control, their horrific customer service. Okay, but so the next day after this video posted, what did I get? A fake cease and desist letter in my email. So it was full of like legal jargon, you know, that they concocted like long, and they were threatening me here, saying that if I didn't take that video down in 48 hours, that they were going to proceed with legal, whatever, legal proceedings, right? So like suing me for defamation. Yeah, that's what they said. So I know this is just a scare tactic because I did check where I told you to check in the UL database, right? The product IQ page, nothing. And then when I very first started working with them last year or like a year and a half ago, I asked them about their UL certifications and they didn't know what to say. I'm like, what UL certification do you have? Because they only put UL certified on their website. They didn't know what to tell me. And when I was like, well, I need some kind of written proof, right? Give me a file number. Give me paperwork that you are UL certified. They sent me this like scammy piece of paper. And then I was not a customer advocate back then, so I just like let it fly back then. But now, no fraudulent e-bike company is going to pass through the Electrified Latina without me exposing them. That's it, guys. All I want to do is protect you guys, my community, my e-bike riders, from all of this shady companies that just come here and abuse the system, abuse you guys, steal money, put your safety at risk. So this is the second company that when I've called them out for their shady behaviors, they sent me a fake cease and desist letter. The other one was Magician, after I exposed them for all their shady behaviors. But guess what? I always write back to them And I start asking them questions. I'm like, okay, Tutio, for example, send me a UL file number. I will verify it, and I promise I will take down the video, or actually, I'll make a new video explaining that I was wrong, that you do have the UL certification, and I'm sorry. Of course, I would have done that. But guess what? Oh, and then I was like, can you also explain why you say your e-bikes on Amazon are UL 2272? Guess what, guys? Crickets. I didn't take down the video, of course, and they're gone. They disappeared. I caught them red-handed. Can you imagine how many companies are doing this? It is disgusting. Now, you might hear companies bragging, we use Samsung or LG cells, so you don't need to worry. Don't fall for that shortcut. Yes, high quality cells are a great start, but fires usually come from the battery pack design, the BMS, or the charger, not just the cells themselves. That's why UL certification matters. It tests the entire system, not just the cells. So here's the takeaway. Don't trust the logo, verify the certification, don't trust the sales pitch about cells alone. Safety is about the whole system. So if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment with the brand you want me to check out next, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next deep dive. Let's keep each other safe out there. And always remember, whatever you're doing, happy riding, stay safe. Cha-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.